Hello and welcome to the GameShampoo Let's Play of Nights into Dreams. Today, we resume on Elliot's side going to the Frozen Bell. I apologize for the music and utter lack of sound effects. The record device did not capture those properly, so there was taking advantage of the fact I own the soundtrack to this game. Hey. Kind of sucks because I've got the NiGHTS have influenced this track in a really nice way. It's very beautiful. But on the note of this game itself, let's talk a little about the development. This one actually shaped up a bit differently than you would expect. Unlike a lot of Sonic titles, Nights into Dreams was developed at least partially in the US. Now, it didn't start until after Sonic & Knuckles back in 2004. Apparently it only took about 6 months or so to get at least the base coding done, which is kind of impressive, given this is a full 3D game, albeit you are largely playing on a 2D plane. And whatever that thing just encased me in ice. I'm trying to figure that out for a while. So, let's see. The project for Nights itself was headed by, and I apologize, Yuji Naka and Takashi Iizuka. I'm probably butchering those. Thanks. I apologize. Nights itself actually was created by Natao Oshima, Sonic's creator. He kind of drew the inspiration from travels through Europe and Western Asia. This came up with the actual concept where you were dealing with a character who looks something like an angel and flies like a bird. I've always wondered why the Jester hat had been so big. Now I know. That was something very interesting to find out, that Nights was actually aimed to be a slower paced game. Not like most of the Sonic game titles actually were slow paced. I have trouble thinking of any outside of the DS RPG. You do not speak up. Or speak dark breath. Let's see, the game honestly picked up speed and pace as it progressed until we got to what it is now. Now, another interesting thing I learned about the characters and their development is, I knew that this game drew from the concept of lucid dreaming, where I don't know who's familiar with it and who isn't, so quick summary. Lucid dreaming is being aware that you are in a dream, and to a degree actually being able to control the dream itself as well as your actions. So all of us have at least a few in our lives, and honestly, if you wanted to learn more about it, you have the starting point. You understand the most basic level concept. There's a lot deeper stuff to it. I leave that to you to research. Just like another thing, the main thing that sparked more interest in this was finding out essentially concepts behind characters that I hadn't known about. I love this game. I've been playing it at this point for about 14 years. It is older than that, but like I said, there were 2 introductions. Right. Nights players and Elliot also share a different connection: psychology. Thankfully, this is more based on the work of Carl Jung than his teacher, Sigmund Freud. Believe me, that's a good one. Reading Freud's research is troublesome. We'll go with that. So, Nights represents the psychological aspect of the shadow. Now, this part reflects some of the suppressed aspects of oneself. These are elements generally of a darker nature, though it can just be the aspects and parts of the person they just haven't acknowledged, which fits very well with this game given where Claris and Elliot are going. I'll touch on that next episode, but next episode I've got something slated already. I really gotta get to work. Details. So, let's see. Suppressed aspects of itself, generally of a darker nature. Though, learning to assimilate the shadow itself, the shadow honestly represents the unconscious mind, and into the conscious, therefore creating a more fuller self, I suppose. I am not a psychology major. I'm a writer. Well, it's just part of growing up and growing into a fuller person. Now, Claris and Elliot both also represent a psychological aspect. The anima and animus, and I use those terms respectively. The anima is the inner feminine aspects, and the animus, there we go, is the inner masculine aspects. So, that is a thing. Jung regarded these elements and their growth as the masterpiece. And by bringing those to maturity, that actually are, along with the integration of the shadow, all of these are just vital parts of growing up, learning to balance yourself and your different parts. Let's see here. Though all this does build up to one particular thing, which is the growth of creativity and inspiration. And, definitely given that NiGHTS is essentially the vehicle for Claris and Elliot to learn more about the courage that they both need, it also gives them an idea of what they can do. Oh, well, okay. Hey, here we go, on to the boss fight. Let me introduce Claus. So, Claus is a second-level Nightmarian who only takes one hit to defeat. The problem is, he sets traps. All those mice you see, you need... I hate you, Claus. To go to the lit-up ones and drill dash into them. You can destroy the still ones, but that involves doing a paraloop. And with all this in constant motion, that's a lot harder to do. Now, I was genuinely trying to catch one in a paraloop. I haven't quite figured out the trick. I need to do a little more study. So, Claus is a second-level Nightmarian. I wasn't able to dig up as much information on it as I would like. It likes setting traps, jumps around, and just takes one hit. The real tricky part, honestly, is catching it. So, to that end, you need to clear out all the mice, or most of them, and then go in for Claus itself. When it's done, like there. Okay, once again, thank you for watching. I hope you continue enjoying the Let's Play, and I will see you next time for the construction yard with Elliot. Cheers!